Good morning, students. This is Kavita Anandi. In today's class, we are going to see the new chapter called Opportunities and Selection. Opportunity identification and selection plays an important role in entrepreneurship life because it deals with the environment. So based on the environment only, we have to choose this opportunity available in it. So the environment and opportunity identification and selection are interrelated because it depends on and everything is depend on the environment. So the opportunity identification and selection is based on the entrepreneur's idea. So whatever the information available in the environment, he has to choose or eliminate. So if we make a correct decision, he is going to succeed in the business. If not, the particular person is going to face a loss. So as an entrepreneur, he has to identify and select the business opportunity which is best for him, which is good in the society, which will make it profitable in the future. So which is available in the environment. So always in an environment, survival of fittest wins the game. So you have to adopt the environment, cannot adopt for yourself. You have to adopt the environment. So according to the environment challenges, you have to face and make a decision. That is called as opportunity identification and selection in the environment. So as I've already told, everything is based on the environment. So first we have to know what do you mean by environment, what are the items related with it. So first we can see the characteristics of environment. So basically environment is very complex. It is difficult to understand because all the factors which is available in the environment which will affect each other sources. So they are not independent, they are always dependent on each other. So we don't know what problem will arise from the environment because each factor influences the other factor. So it is very tough to predict what is going to happen in the future. So it is very complex one. So as an entrepreneur, we have to go through each and every item happening in the environment to face the challenges in the future. And the second one is it is dynamic. It is like a law of nature. The various influences makes changing in the environment. For example, the climate change is also a law of nature. Suddenly we don't know when it going to rain. So likewise, it is dynamic one. We can't able to predict what is going to happen in the environment. So it is basically it is considered with the we will compare it with the nature because environment also copes with the law of nature. And the next one is environment is multifaceted. So a multifaceted is nothing but one country can be identification as an opportunity for a business development, but the other country can be considered as a threat for the environment. So they will protest to stop to develop of the product. For example, a nuclear plant in Tamil Nadu where BJP is implementing that to start the plant, but the Congress and other parties are against the implement of nuclear plant. So that is a multifaceted. So according to their situation, they will adopt it. The next one is environment has far-reaching impact. A far-reaching impact is the growth and profitability of the business is both everything depend on the environment. So if the environment is in good conditions, so we are going to get a good profit in the future. If environment is not going to run in better way in the future, surely we have to face the consequences which is going to happen in the future. These are the major 4 basic characteristics of an environment. So next one is the dimensions of a business environment. A dimensions is nothing but the components or the key elements belongs to the business environment. So there are majorly 5 basic components of environment. Or first one is economic environment. Economic environment which belongs to the economic factors in the society of a country. So these factors includes to study the national product GDP, what is the inflation rate, what is the employment rate or unemployment rate prevailing in the economy to know what will happen to the business. So this is related to the economy. So basically we can divide this 3 into liberalization, privatization and globalization. In first India, we have adopted the concept called liberalization where the economic reforms where we allowed everyone to liberalize the policy to start over the business as well as foreign as well as import as well as export. First we want to liberalize the policy to make to be a developing country. and that is called as liberalizing the policy. And the next one is a privatization. A privatization is a changing a public sector into private sector to the growth of the environment. So they will change all the government companies into private companies, so that industry under this will come under the new industrial policy of 1991, because more output can come from the private sector. So basically it will help for the society. For that reason we are following the privatization. A globalization of the Indian economy is nothing but the main aim of globalization of policy is to aim to transferring the world into greater independence and interrelated among all the nations, so that everyone can enjoy whatever available in our society to the world economy. We can able to globalize into as a world economy, not as a Indian economy. So that is an economic environment where it belongs to the economy. And the next one is social environment. It describes the characteristics of a society which prevailing in the current period, where we have to start up, how we can start a business, and whether it's time to exit of a business, because it leads to the society. So here we have to see what is the literacy rate prevailing in the education, how many male and females are get educated, that is called as literacy rate. And values and beliefs and lifestyle, what is the kind of lifestyle, whether we are traditional, so whether in a traditional lifestyle, whether we can start a product which is a modern one. So we have to analyze this and then we have to adopt it. So that is called a study in a social environment. So as an entrepreneur, you have to study what is the prevailing in that society, to know what is the lifestyle, belief, and literacy rate and customs, what is the tradition followed in the particular society, so that I can implement my product or not. That is called as study of social environment. A third one is the main one is a political environment. It varies according to the parties. So 5 years one, the political parties may vary rules the country. So the policy will also differ. If one comes, they will change their according to their perspective, they will change the policies to run the industry. So according to that, we have to change our business type, so that we can able to sustain in the market. For example, so it is based on the government decision whether to support the project or not. For example, for Vedanta University, they have supported to start the university, but the people in that area were against that. So it is depend on the political parties whether to go or against the particular policy. So this will basically, if the concerned party is ruling party is support to your factory, then no problem for that particular 5 years alone. The other party comes for the rule, surely we have to face the challenges by the other party. So we have to be thorough what we are going to, how we are going to face the situation. That is for the political environment. And then next one is a legal environment. A legal environment is where the act will be passed for the enterprises in the parliament, how to run the business, so to protect as customers as well as the employees as well as the industry people. So various act has been implemented mainly to protect that. For examples, Consumer Protection Act 1986, mainly to give awareness regarding the products to the consumer. If the consumers are cheated, they can file against the concerned factory to get the compensation. And Essential Commodities Act 1955, where if any problems are in the state also, we have to manufacture certain products, that is called as Essential Commodity Act. So these are the legal environments mainly to this act as will protect as well as consumer, industry people as well as the employees working in the organization by trade union. The last one is a technological environment. So a technological environment where the technology changes continuously. So the particular we have to able to adopt the new technology which is prevailing in the market to progress in our business. If you are not ready to adopt any changes in the technology available in the market, the person who is going to affect it is the particular entrepreneur. So if the research and development is good in country, surely the industry progression will also be in good in country, because with the help of research and development we will get a new technology and new phases to what to adopt in the particular concern. So these are the 5 environment dimension which has to be looked while starting up a business. The next one is types of environment. Basically we divide the environment into 2 types. One is internal environment and the external environment. The internal environment is nothing but the changes which is happen within the particular company. So it affects only if any damages occurred based on the internal environment, the person is going to affected particular only the particular company, because this is developed by the particular entrepreneur for their company alone. First, if for example mission statement is nothing but the for what purpose we have started the business. For example, if it is a college or educational institution, basically it is a non-profit organization, the prime motive is to give education. Take an example of our college. Our college is a girls minority education. Our prime motive is to give education to minority based poor children to come upward in the society. That is our mission. For that reason we are doing the running this college. That is called as a mission statement. A vision statement is where in future where we have to be. So if I'm taking a 10 years, after 10 years what I will be, that is a vision. So vision is in what way I am looking my college. Like for example, our college, if you are thinking that we have to be a autonomous college or a private university, that is a vision of our college where our college is looking for. That is the difference between mission and vision. A mission is what currently I am doing in my business. A vision is what in future I will do for my college. That is called vision and mission. And the value system is, a value system is nothing but what is the value I am going to be adopt to run the business. So the ethics to be followed, that is called as a value system. A human relation is the between the company, how their co-workers are treated, that is called as a human relation. And interpersonal relationship is the between the co-workers. The relationship should be a smooth one. It should not be a competitive one, because it will cause a problem in the business. So to have a smooth relationship, the company policies should help them to move forward. That is the internal environment. The next one is external environment. The external environment is the general environment which is outside the organization, where the organization doesn't have any control. The company cannot adopt the change which is going to happen according to the external environment. They can't able to detect it because they can't able to predict it. But in internal environment they can able to predict it and what is going to happen based on the damages caused on internal environment. But in external environment we can guess it, but we can't make any decision. That is called as external environment. The external environment, the factors which are going to affect our market. A market is basically where we are going to trade the business, where we are going to sell our business, that is called as a market. And the suppliers are nothing but for manufacturing of a product I need a raw materials to, for example, if I am going to manufacture a table, the basic needed raw material are wood. So for that I have to buy a wood from some person. That particular person is called as suppliers. A technology for previously we have the manpower needed more for manufacturing a table, but we have got a machine which is updated, so though the manpower can be less, but the machinery which has to be needed is more. So according to the technology we have to choose it. And the regulatory is a law related to the particular industry. We have to see according to that we have to work on the particular factory. And the next one is political issues is the relationship between the political party in the particular economy. When it good and the particular political party doesn't have any thing against it, surely that won't make any problem. So we should have a good relationship with the political party also. So these are the types of environment which has to be looked on to be good in the society. So thank you girls. I hope you would understand what I thought today. So kindly go through what do you mean by environment, how it helps for the identification of opportunities, and what is the characteristics and the content in environment and types of environment. Thank you girls.